A storm is brewing, and the cracks are starting to show. What was supposed to be a fresh start has quickly turned into familiar frustration, with questions piling up faster than answers. The losses are mounting, the pressure is building, and one absence in particular could tilt the balance even further. As doubts grow louder and frustrations boil over, the next game may reveal whether this season can still be salvaged, or if the slide has already begun. But first, click the like button and come with me and I'll tell you everything. The Cleveland Browns are staring down a critical early season test, and things just got even more complicated. On Wednesday, the team was without one of its most dependable veterans, Joel Bitonio. The 33-year-old left guard missed practice with a back injury, throwing another wrench into an offense that's already struggled mightily in the first 2 weeks of the season. Bitonio has been the embodiment of consistency on the offensive line, starting all 17 games last season and missing only 2 in 2023. He's been a starter in every game since 2016. Losing him, even temporarily, could be devastating for a unit that's already failing to protect its quarterback or spark the run game. The Browns' offense is clearly in disarray. Through 2 games, they failed to score more than 20 points, and much of the blame lies with an offensive line that hasn't been able to establish a run game. While Joe Flacco has had decent time in the pocket, he's still taken 4 sacks and plenty of hits. Add to that the fact that Cleveland's next opponent, the Green Bay Packers, boasts one of the league's most dangerous new defensive weapons, Micah Parsons, and the situation turns dire. Parsons, who was traded from Dallas to Green Bay in the offseason, already has 1.5 sacks this year and is just beginning to heat up. If Bitonio can't go, the Browns will have to turn to a less experienced option to help contain the 26-year-old pass-rushing phenom out of Penn State. This would be a blow under normal circumstances, but the Browns aren't just trying to protect Flacco, they're desperately trying to get their ground game going. And that hasn't been happening. Rookie Quentin Judkins flashed promise against Baltimore, racking up 61 yards on 10 carries, including a 31-yard run during Dillon Gabriel's mop-up duty drive. But other than that, the Browns' rushing attack has been uninspiring. Fellow rookie Dylan Sampson, who had 93 scrimmage yards in Week 1, was nearly invisible in Week 2 with just 6 yards on 4 carries. Jerome Ford hasn't broken 40 yards on the season. Without a solid offensive line, none of these backs have room to operate, and without Bitonio, things only get more difficult. And it's not just the offensive line. The Browns are now 0-2, and their latest loss, a humiliating 41-17 defeat at the hands of the Ravens, extended their losing streak to 8 games, dating back to last season. The fan base is furious, and so are the players. Local radio host Tony Rizzo captured the sentiment of many when he questioned how the organization expects fans to keep supporting a team that hasn't won since before Thanksgiving of last year. "You didn't do your job well enough," Rizzo said. "How is that even possible?" The Browns are failing on multiple fronts. Offensively, they can't move the ball. Turnovers and penalties are killing drives, and Flacco, while steady, has yet to create real scoring opportunities. The defense, led by superstar Myles Garrett, has shown signs of elite talent but has been let down by inconsistent performances around him. Garrett had 1.5 sacks and 2 tackles for loss in the Baltimore game, but the frustration is boiling over. After the game, his post-game comments were blunt, *T's embarrassing. Garrett had already requested a trade earlier in the offseason, driven by his desire to win and compete for a Super Bowl. While he eventually recommitted to Cleveland, it's fair to wonder how long his patience will last. What's especially painful is that some elements are working. The rookies are showing signs of life. Dillon Gabriel, the Oregon product, made his NFL debut late in the Ravens' blowout and executed a perfect 3-4-3 passing drive that ended in a touchdown to Dylan Sampson. Gabriel had been overlooked all camp due to injury and the media frenzy surrounding Shedeur Sanders, but now he might be inching closer to getting his shot, especially if Flacco continues to struggle. Harold Fannin Jr., another rookie, has been a quiet standout. With 12 catches for 111 yards in just 2 games, the tight end has taken advantage of Kevin Stefanski's frequent 2 TE sets and could become a key contributor going forward. Despite the gloom, there's a pulse under the surface. The rookies, Judkins, Gabriel, Fannin, might be the building blocks of something better. But they can't do it alone. They need help from veterans like Bitonio. They need protection. They need wins. And they need them fast. The front office keeps preaching patience and analytics, but fans are done waiting. They want results. What do you think, Browns fans? Can this team pull it together, or are we in for another season of disappointment? Joel Bitonio's availability isn't just about one player missing time, it's about what his absence symbolizes. He is the last man standing from a core that once gave Browns fans hope of stability up front. At 33 years old, he openly admitted this offseason that he thought about walking away after last year's 3-win nightmare. But instead, he decided to give it one more run, saying he wanted to play meaningful games in December and January. Now, with the team sitting at 0-2, fighting to break an 8-game losing streak, and his body already betraying him early in the season, the Browns' hopes rest on whether their most dependable lineman can push through another setback. Without Bitonio, the ripple effect is massive. Joe Flacco has already been hit too often, and while he's shown the poise of a veteran, the offense is crumbling around him. The inability to run the ball not only puts more pressure on Flacco's arm but also allows defenses to pin their ears back. Facing Micah Parsons without your most reliable protector on the left side is a nightmare scenario. Parsons thrives on exploiting mismatches, and if Bitonio isn't there, Green Bay will look to feast. Flacco has been sacked 4 times already, and the offense has barely found a rhythm. Take away your best guard, and it's easy to imagine that number climbing even higher on Sunday. But the offensive woes don't stop there. The Browns' playmakers haven't been enough to lift the team out of its slump. Jerry Jeudy, expected to be the focal point in the passing game, has struggled to make an impact. The tight ends have been more reliable, with Harold Fannin Jr. in particular looking like a steal, but when your rookies are outproducing your veterans, it says a lot about the state of the roster. Quentin Judkins and Dylan Sampson have given sparks, but neither has been able to consistently establish a rushing attack. Judkins' 31-yard burst was one of the few highlights in an otherwise dreadful showing against Baltimore, while Sampson, after a promising debut, was held in check completely. It's hard to blame them when the offensive line isn't creating holes. And while the offense struggles to score, the defense continues to bear the weight. Myles Garrett was supposed to be the cornerstone of this team's resurgence, and in many ways, he still is. His performance against the Ravens was proof he hasn't lost a step. But Garrett has been clear, he's here to win. His offseason trade request revealed just how thin his patience has grown, and while he ultimately re-signed, his candid frustration after Sunday's blowout showed fans just how much this losing culture is eating at him. His words, *T's embarrassing, were raw, honest, and they cut straight to the heart of what fans are feeling. The Browns have one of the NFL's best defenders, but once again, his dominance is being wasted. Head coach Kevin Stefanski and the front office are now under more pressure than ever. Their reliance on long-term, data-driven rebuilding is falling on deaf ears. Fans don't want numbers or projections, they want wins. They want to believe that this franchise, one of the most loyal fan bases in sports, won't be doomed to repeat the same cycle year after year. Local voices like Tony Rizzo are amplifying that frustration, saying what many have thought privately: how can anyone sell this version of the Browns if it all falls apart again? If Cleveland limps to another 3-win season, who will still buy into this plan? What complicates everything is that glimpses of hope do exist. Dillon Gabriel's brief cameo showed promise. He was efficient, accurate, and most importantly, calm under pressure. It's too early to call for a quarterback change, but if Flacco continues to falter, there will be growing calls to see what the rookie can do with extended snaps. Combine that with the energy Judkins brings to the backfield and Fannin's steady production, and you can see why some fans are holding out hope that the new generation might spark something different. But rookies alone can't carry a franchise. They need guidance, support, and above all, wins to validate their growth. Sunday against the Packers is more than just another game, it's a measuring stick. Can the Browns finally show fight, or will this season spiral out of control before October even arrives? Bitonio's health will be one of the biggest deciding factors, but even if he plays, this team needs to prove it can execute. Fans are tired of moral victories. They're tired of excuses. They're desperate to see progress. So, Browns fans, here's the question. Do you believe this roster, as it's built right now, has enough to turn things around, or is this season already slipping away before it even truly begins? I want to know your opinion. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Browns!